Okay, so CHF JPY. Let me draw this in real quick. There is a play here for sure. That bounce right there. There was something that I missed though. I think. What's the Euro USD? Yeah, here we go. Um, did I already go over this? Yeah, I already went over this. Euro USD. I actually ended up making money on that, which is a win. Um, yeah, that was kind of a FOMO related trade, to be real with you. We have this one. We're trending up, obviously. I don't know if I would draw it like that or not. Maybe something like this ish. We're clearly trending up. I try to make it fit. This is one of the things you want to avoid too. Sometimes you overdo that and you really try to make it fit where it doesn't fit at all, and it's a bad habit. It's a bad look. Anyways, we're in there on that one. CHF JPY, and it looks like that. Bounce that up. I think the only thing is MACD shows us that we don't have a whole bunch of steam here. So with that said, taking something like this, you want to be in and out. So maybe it's not so worth taking. Stuff like this is kind of, for me, it's just, maybe that's the play off of these trend lines is just like a defined, this isn't off the trend line though, by the way, just a defined, a limit order to aim at, your target. It's a 1.24 trade on this because we are already matching here. And this would be like a fib level. Let me draw it in for you so you can see what I'm talking about. This is where the big drop happened. So if I go back and I say, okay, this level is significant, this is the first pullback. You notice, you know where I'm looking if you know me, right in here. That's the first pullback. So this is the leg, this is the pullback, and then it went further down and almost touched on 127, which is a extended level. And then you notice I just kind of stair stepped up, pulled up here, pulled back down, touched 618, pulled back down. See how I did it? Huge pullback. First it pulled up to the 50 EMA and reacted there. Tried to react again, blasted through it, reacted at the 618, reacted at the 618, went past the 618. That was kind of weird. Stayed here at the 50, went sideways and stair stepped up from there. Now we're pulling back right here. We're not at we might be at like the 20 something. I don't really trade this, but we can pay attention to it. So let me extend this over. So that's what we're looking at. And what do you know? We're reacting right here. I don't think that we go much further than this right now. It doesn't seem like, it's going to be a huge move or anything. That's why I'm like, yeah, I can get into this, but is it worth it? Should I really? I'm going to play it just so I'm paying attention to this type of thing, man. That's the real honest truth here. This is really just a new setup that I want to look at and make sure that I understand. So we'll do the experiment and I'll risk 1% here and try to see what happens. Okay. Hope that makes sense. CADJPY. This one did not stay on the trend line. It actually broke through it. And now it looks like it's going to change directions. Now we noticed, and I wrote this in previously, that the trajectory was strong early and then it kind of leveled out later. So we were losing steam this whole time. We came up to a key level and dropped off of it. This is worth noting, paying attention to. We could have traded off of this level. See what I mean? Could have traded off of this level. Hopefully had a stop loss high enough that made sense, and actually would have reaped the benefits of this drop down pullback and then another drop down. So I'm going to look for specifically this. You see MACD, it's definitely leaning in a bearish position now. So like that. Like that. Stops up there. Look for it to drop in somewhere around here. It's fine. Okay. That's what that's going to look like, man. I would look for a second opportunity to get in this. Something like that. And yeah. Pull back, drop in. So I got to be careful not to overtrade in this situation. But there's definitely, you know, you can get in super early. Your risk reward ratio isn't the cleanest in the world, obviously. And I can actually make it tighter here. Yeah, so something like that. Look for it to drop in. We'll just play that. I'll keep that there. CAD JPY, man. That's it. CAD CHF. Y'all know how I feel about this. It's just not clean enough for me to want to trade that right now. I'm not even looking at that. And if I miss a trade, I miss a trade. But it's just not. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling this either because it's not trending. It kind of pulled back a little bit too far yesterday. That made me not really trust what direction it might be going. It's very sideways for the week. It came up, and then it went sideways. AUD NZD coming out of no man's land, stuck under the 50 EMA. Looks like on the 4 hour. Definitely looks like it's trying to go higher, higher high right here, higher low right here, and it's trying to creep higher. We'll watch it for next week for sure. This looks good as far as creeping upwards. So this one and the NZD are both creeping upwards. Same story pretty much. Yep, it's been fighting on the 50 EMA. It looks like it's going to break it today. And if it does, it'll be set up really nice for trades next week. That's part of the game, man. One of the big parts of the game that I think people ignore is when you're analyzing, I'm looking for what's happening today, but also what's likely to happen later. Is there a cleaner setup coming up? Because underlying factors or there's breakthroughs happening, right? AUD, CHF, I said no to. There's nothing there. CAD. CAD is stuck under the 50 EMA as well. Notice this. So yeah, wait for it to break and look for it to be kind of off to the races, but I gotta wait for it to break that area first, that level. All right, looking for that momentum. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for watching. I might do another video to recap all the gains for the week. Not a lot. We didn't trade a lot this week, but I thought that last week too, and we ended up having 14, 15% on the week. So we'll see. I'll check it in a bit. All right.